hey y'all. Hey y'all. Welcome to the Kingdom Things Podcast YouTube channel. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, and I am a channel for the divine. I channel energies and messages from God's creation or all of creation and amalgamate the energies and messages in the Kingdom Things Podcast. Kingdom Things Podcast is available on YouTube as well as Spotify. Go ahead and join the team. Let's get activated. My purpose for creation, the part of the reasoning behind God creating the energy, the manifestation that is myself, is to assist with the upliftment of the human consciousness. God is a meticulous architect, a meticulous designer. God creates nothing without purpose, without reason, without high purpose, without reason. Every creation has a high purpose, has a high reason, because every creation contributes towards the operation of all of creation or all of God. So you yourself, beautiful, divine, human being, are a purposeful creation. If you were not a purposeful creation, you would not have been created. You are a purposeful creation. If you were not purposeful, then you would have not been created. So I'm glad you have found the Kingdom Things Podcast. I hope something in the Kingdom Things Podcast content assists you with activating further into your truth or your soul's essence. As humans, you know, our ancestral lineages, we've been programmed into this state of stagnation. We've been programmed into this period of stagnation, which is all a part of God's process, all a part of God's plan, the stagnation of humanity, where we operate out of our karmic energies. So the energies from our ancestors, the ways of doing from our ancestors, versus operating out of our own unique soul frequency or our own unique souls. Operating out of our own unique souls allows us to operate out of infinite possibilities, infinite access to energies, to become, do what you want to become and what you want to do, which allows you to act in your highest purpose, because typically what we want to do, what we want to become, is in alignment with our highest purpose. All the dreams that are seated in our heart are dreams that are seated by our Creator, by God. However you personalize God, personalize our Creator, take it that way. It was intended for you to take and personalize God however you personalize God in your life. So please take it that way. I love it. It's beautiful. I respect it. So any dreams for yourself that you have, that you might have been told were outlandish, that you might have been told you can't do, you can't be, that is a farce, that is nonsense. Everything that you desire to do and be was seated in your heart by our Creator, by God, and those manifesting those embodiments of yourself, manifesting that life for yourself, requires for you to come into alignment with your soul. In order for you to manifest the life of your highest dreams, manifest the you of your wildest dreams, it requires for you to come into alignment with your soul and no longer operate out of your karmic patterns, karmic ways of being. So part of my dharma, part of my purpose, part of the reason why God created me, is to assist my other divine aspects of myself as humanity, as all of God's creation. We are one. We are one and the same. At the same time, we are many different variables in the one. So at the same time that we're one, we're also varying variances and variables of the one. So part of my dharma is to assist with, I worked myself into alignment with my soul in order to remember the tools that my soul garners, that I garner on a soul level. I am all is me. At the same time, I am becoming. And at the same time, I am becoming, and give me 1 second. I am and I am becoming. Okay, God said just leave it there. I am So I am God as God is me. I'm a goddess. At the same time, I am becoming. So we're always going to be becoming into further alignment with our souls. Always. That is the journey of existence, is coming into further alignment with our God, goddess essence. So I'm super glad that you found the Kingdom Things podcast. This video is super exciting, as I am going to be, we're going to pull some cards and channel some messages. We're going to pull some cards and channel some messages. So part of me coming into further alignment with my soul and the tools that I have remembered are the extrasensory abilities that I am allotted with being aligned with my soul, with activating into higher levels of consciousness, with the knowing that all is one is all. So using these tools that I have been allotted with the alignment with my soul for the highest good of myself and the highest good of all. And a part of that is, in our karmic ways and our karmic energies, there's a lot of energies of resentment and anger that we project towards others, that we have created with others. So part of coming into alignment with your soul is transcending those karmic energies that we created with others in our humanism, that are energies of anger and resentment. We have to transcend those karmic energies that have anger and resentment in order to come into alignment with our souls and use the tools that we garner with our souls for the highest good of ourselves and the highest good of all. As again, we are unique frequencies, unique creations of God, but at the same time, we are one. So not using the tools that we garner with getting in alignment with our souls to hurt anyone else, to control anyone else, but using those tools to uplift yourself and others as you're called to do through your soul purpose, So we're gonna go ahead and get into a video about the extrasensory abilities. I'm gonna link the full video in the posting of this video here on YouTube. On YouTube, I'll link the video to this video of the full video of frequential patterning. Let's go ahead and get into the clip, which kind of goes through the energies of extrasensory abilities. Here we go. Hey y'all. Welcome to this Kingdom Things podcast installment. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, spiritual practitioner, spiritual healer, spiritual creative, spiritual being having a human experience. So frequency or energy are perceived by the receiver's precepts. Humanity has confused their precepts and perceptions that are a product of the reading or perceptions of energy as the only way energy is able to be received or perceived. What am I saying? So the way that we perceive energy through our touch, smell, taste, vision, sight, we have limited ourselves as we try, as it's been engineered in the human collective, the conformity of the human collective. We have engineered ourselves inside of these boxes that say that energy can only be perceived through touch, sight, smell, taste, feeling, when there are actually an infinite number of ways to perceive energy. Not only is there an infinite number of ways to perceive energy, but there are infinite numbers of energies. So not only is there an infinite number of ways to perceive energy besides touch, taste, smell, sight, I can't remember the fifth. Not only are there a number of ways to perceive energy, but there are infinite numbers of energies to be perceived. Again, I'm going to link the full video of that Kingdom Things podcast video of the frequential patterning and extrasensory abilities in the posting on YouTube. Link to this video on YouTube. Kingdom Things podcast on YouTube. Cool. So the next thing that we're going to get into is God's plan. So with me aligning with my soul, I have, again, come into alignment with many extrasensory abilities. I go over this. I'm gonna go over them again right now. Get to know me in 60 seconds. I am a divine being, a goddess, a channel for the Most High. The the clear senses, clear cognizance, clear audience, clairvoyance. I can see or feel into the energetic timelines of the future, or I can see into the future. Clairofaction, or the ability to smell, to receive messages through smell. Telepathic communications with God and other dimensions of God's creation, of all of what is. God set me down and made me take a long gaze at myself. I'm still gazing. Join me on my podcast, our podcast, Creations Podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Let's get activated. So what? Clear audience. I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant. I have clairaudient abilities, clairvoyant abilities, claircognizant abilities. My claircognizance, like I've been on that since I came in. Claircognizance, I never left. I never departed with claircognizant, but I departed with my trust in myself. So I didn't trust my claircognizance. So I have clairaudient abilities, clairvoyant abilities, claircognizant abilities. The clair factory, where you're able to smell. I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I am also a channel or a medium. I can connect to the spirit world and spirit dimensions. I can connect to the spirit dimensions. They're really what it is. I'm being guided to come into my higher understanding that I have tapped into, that I am aligned with at this time. The spirit world is other dimensions and aspects of God resonating at different frequencies. So what we term as a spirit world is other dimensions and aspects of God, or other dimensions and aspects of creation resonating at different frequencies. So just like we resonate our plane of reality, our earth realm of reality, this plane of reality, because earth has many, all is one, so it's all together. So our plane of reality, what we consider reality, is our plane. It's resonating at the frequency that we perceive with our touch, smell, hearing, sight. I always do this, like touch, smell, hearing, sight, and our eyes, our visualization. These sensory abilities we term that to be real, right? Because it's able, these sensory abilities pick up what's resonating at our what we term reality, what we term to be reality. There's no question about whether visualization, smelling, taste, touch, or hearing, there's no question about if it's real or not, because these are the things that we use consciously on our where we resonate, on our plane dimension of reality where we resonate. The psychic abilities are extrasensory abilities where we're able to tap into other frequencies that we perceived in the past to be questionable. Like, is it real? Is it not? Everything is one. Everything just resonates at different frequencies. Every person resonates at different frequencies. Like nobody is truly the same frequency. That's why miscommunication is a big thing. That's why in relationships, like, you feel like you're not heard, you feel like you're not seen. Like family, platonic, romantic, whatever relationship, you feel like there's a disconnect. Everyone resonates at a different vibration. Everyone has a different perception of what reality is, so we perceive things differently. We see things differently. We visualize things differently. It's really cool. Me and my family, my sisters and my mother. Well, two of my sisters. I have 5 sisters. So my mother and 2 of my sisters. We did. Today is the day after Christmas. It's kind of a tradition. It's a tradition where we make gingerbread houses. We each do a gingerbread house, and we do like a competition with the gingerbread houses, like who decorates it the best. And like we call other family members to judge and everything. It's so much fun. But we all make our own gingerbread houses, and every gingerbread house is unique and different. I love looking at it because the way I look at it is I'm able to see, I'm able to see inside of you. I'm able to see where you're resonating. I'm able to perceive like where your mind and your energy is. So I love it. You know, that's how I look at it. So everyone perceives and sees things differently. That's why you can give instructions for everyone in the room to fold this paper, and like you can give the same instructions. Let's say we have a piece of paper and we give instructions for the piece of paper to a room of people with the piece of paper, and everyone that follows the instructions as they perceive it, and then everyone's paper looks different because we perceive reality differently. Everyone perceives differently. And extrasensory abilities is us tapping into different ways to perceive reality, different ways to perceive what is. Transcending our karma to come into alignment with our dharma, our soul's purpose. We're able to tap into the tools that our soul has garnered over our soul's long journey of beingness, because our souls are infinite, no beginning, no end. Energy is neither transmuted nor destroyed. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transmuted or changes form. So energy is neither created nor destroyed, but is transmuted or changes form. So our souls have, I'm being guided to say it one more time. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transmuted or changes form. Our souls are energy. Our souls have no beginning, have no end. Our souls are an infinite, our souls are a wellspring of infinite potentials, energies, and possibilities. So as we transcend our karma to come into alignment with our dharma or our soul's purpose, I'm smiling because I'm wearing my turban, right? And I've tapped into many facets of my soul. So, and I've always had a super resonance in my heart for Indian culture, Asian Indian culture. I've always had a resonance in my heart, like with Indian people and like Indian culture. And I have the knowing that I've had lifetimes in India as an Indian person. So I'm wearing my turban, right? And then like Dharma, like it came up to use the terminology Dharma, which is an Indian term. So like Sanskrit term. So it's beautiful. I'm tapping into that essence of my soul. So I'm excited and I love it and it feels good in my heart. So transcending our karma, so that dense energies, karma is dense energies. So it's the anger, resentment, jealousy, envy, those dense energies the denser the energy, the slower moving the energy, it creates stagnancy. As we said previously in the video, the stagnancy of the human collective is part of God's process. God says, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. So our karma that has those denser energies, the envy, the jealousy, the anger, the resentment, those energies serve their purpose. God said those energies serve their purpose in my process, but it's time to transcend those energies. God said those energies serve their purpose in my process. Now, human beings, it is time to transcend those energies. Transcending those denser energies. So in order to come into alignment with your soul, how do I do that? You go within, you meditate, you sit with yourself in order for you to tap into your soul, your intuitive guidance. Follow your intuitive guidance in order to come into greater alignment with your soul. Going within, meditating to come into greater alignment with your soul in order to follow your intuition, to come into greater alignment with your soul and tap into those faculties and abilities that your soul has garnered over your soul's many sojourns, over your soul's many experiences. We kept ourselves in a box before, which again is all the part of the process. We operated out of those dense karmic energies. When whole time we have a wellspring of energies, high vibrational energies that we're able to tap into. So we're going to go ahead and get into this video, which is a channeled energies that I channeled from our galactic brethren and sisterin, which is a whole thing, and it is documented inside of the Kingdom Things podcast. So if you want to head over to the Kingdom Things podcast on Spotify as well as to YouTube, you can, look through the content, all the Kingdom Things podcast content is timeless. So you can look through the content and decide, and you know, see what calls to you and listen to it. But we're going to go ahead and get into this video, which is a clip of God's plan for humanity, which I'm super excited. Here we go. So God's plan. God's plan. We were created to grow, learn, and expand from our experiences in order to assist the vibrational balance, elevation of all of creation. Creation, or the many facets of creation, or star beings, became a game of advancement of self, a Ponzi scheme, if you will. So we were created, humans were created to assist in growing, learning, and expanding all of creation through the growing, learning, expanding of self, growing, learning, expanding of humanity as a collective. Now, that's what we do when we incarnate to different planets. We grow, learn, and expand, to grow, learn, and expand the collective, the planet, and all of creation. But this system, God, this is what God channeled through me. This is what God channeled through me. The system was becoming a Ponzi scheme. And that's how God put it. The system was becoming a Ponzi scheme where we really only wanted to help other beings, other spaces, if it was beneficial to us. We really wanted to help other people, other beings, if it was beneficial to self. So God's saying this thing of elevation started becoming a Ponzi scheme. So what God is doing, and this is big, so let me breathe. Y'all, let's breathe together. Let's align our energy. Let's take one deep breath. Take it with me. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Let's do 3 of these. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Okay, y'all. We get into it. God has created the option for human beings to experience humanism for eternity in one incarnation vessel. I know the room's shaking. She's shaking the table. The room's shaking. God is shaking the table. God is shaking the table. God is shaking the table. Say, get up, get up, get up. God has created the option for human beings to experience incarnation. God has created the option for human beings to experience humanism for eternity in one incarnation. Why? So God is giving us the option to experience creation in our vessel, the vessel that you see in the mirror right now, the option to experience creation in that one vessel for eternity. Why? God is doing this in the hopes that this will drive the human being into greater levels of unconditional love and compassion. God is doing like, this isn't a big deal at all. You can go ahead and flub up. It's okay. God is doing this in hopes that this will drive the human being into greater levels of unconditional love and compassion-based being and action. So God is doing this in the hopes that this will drive the human being into greater levels of unconditional love and compassion-based being and action. This is why. This is the why. And this choice to exist and be and create and experience in this vessel for eternity is a choice that is a soul level decision. This is a soul level decision. Breathe. We will become an interplanetary species within this generation. We will become an interplanetary species within this generation. We will remember how to travel our physical vessels with our consciousness, as well as we will be gifted technologies to do so. We will remember how to travel our physical vessel with our consciousness, as well as we will be gifted technologies to do so. So humanity, we will become an interplanetary species within this generation. We will remember how to travel our physical vessels with our consciousness, as well as we will be gifted technology to do so. The powers that played their appointed and designed roles to assist with the containing and subduing of humanity in order for humanity to experience what humanity needed to experience to become divine, to become divine human beings, are no longer at play. So the energies, the powers that assisted with the subduing of our consciousnesses, the containing of our consciousnesses, are in order to assisting humanity with experience what we needed to experience in order to become these divine human beings with the option of being eternal. We had to experience everything that we experienced in the history of humanity, and that was God's plan. Everything was orchestrated and designed meticulously by God, the higher power, the infinite creator source. Everything was meticulously orchestrated and planned by the highest power in order for humanity to experience what humanity needed to experience to be able to wield and sustain and grow and expound from the point of becoming immortal human beings, to be able to wield and use responsibly with unconditional love and compassion the power that's going to come with being an immortal, eternal human being. We are safe to expand and remember why we incarnated into the earth experience. We are safe to remember and to realize our divine powers. We are safe to expand and remember why we incarnated into the earth experience. We are safe to remember and to realize our divine powers. So yes, God's plan for humanity is to allow you the soul option on a soul level to continue your soul's sojourn in your physicality of this creation. So you have the soul level option to continue your soul's sojourn in the physicality, to continue this dimensionality of your soul's sojourn, because we are many dimensions, many aspects. We are the many variables of the one. Our souls are many dimensions and many aspects of the one. So you have the option to continue this dimensionality of your sojourn, an expanded dimensionality of your sojourn in this physicality, in this human vessel, in this divine human vessel. You have the soul level option to do that. You have the soul level option to do that. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards. I'm being guided to go ahead and get into the cards. So we're going to pull some cards. And how I do it is I channel messages from the angelic realms, from God. I use the cards to kind of tap into the energies, to channel the energies into words, to communicate the energies to us. So I'm using the Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle card, an invitation to the heart of the divine, pocket edition, artwork by Razuli. Love art. So if you love art as well, you will love this Oracle set. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art. So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards. Let me breathe for a second. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards and then channel whatever wants to come through. I'm also being guided to share the crystals that I've been guided to pull out today. We have hematite. We have hematite, which is hematite is Greek for bloodstone. The bloodstone is good for protection, as well as, protection, some other great things. Bloodstone. And then we have yellow howlite. yellow howlite, which is good for to like soothe anger and stress in you, in others. So soothe that anger and stress that we created in our karma. Soothe that energy, get that energy transmuted into higher vibrational energies, yellow howlite. And then we have Amazonite as well. Such a beautiful color. This stone is good for financial abundance, which we are here to live our wildest dreams. Like there's no boundaries. Like we were programmed in the past in our stagnancy, which is part of God's plan, to believe there were boundaries on what we can do, what we can create. There are no boundaries of what we can do, what we can create. We are able to pull energies from the space of infinity, from our souls. So again, I'm going to be honest, a part in my soul, like in my karmic ancestral lineage, it's like guilt about being financially abundant. There were blockages of guilt for being financially abundant. That's no longer needed. You can get as much money as you want. You can manifest as much money as you want. You can create as much abundance as you want in your lifetime. Like there's no guilt. We feel guilty because others are starving, others are in famine. But again, a humanity with a higher consciousness is a humanity that is in alignment with our soul, so infinite potentials. So we're able to provide God seeds in our hearts and His plan for us with our financial abundance to provide solutions to assist our other dimensions of self, other human beings, brothers and sisters, with getting into alignment with their soul, with helping solve the issues of famine, disease, poverty in our society. So no need to, I'm channeling this message and I feel this energy and I feel so excited about this. No need to feel guilty about being financially abundant, because you're financially abundant. Your financial abundance is God's plan to assist others become abundant and help others in need as well. So we're going to go ahead and pull this card. So pull whatever wants to come through and channel the messages that want to come through. Let's see here. This card is what's calling. Do we want anything else? Spirit says no. Spirit says no. Okay, cool. So we have this card that's come through. We're going to show the artwork. Look how beautiful that is. Like, look at that. That's amazing. Oh, that's you. That is you. That is we. That is us. The light, the dissolving light. The dissolving light. The dissolving light. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? There is something unworthy of you that must be released. Give up the fears and doubts, the belief that somehow things are not going to work out. You are meant to be free in a way that only truth can provide. You are meant to be free in a way that only truth can provide. Dear humans with your regret, with your sorrow, with your feelings of misfortune, you must allow yourself to align with the understanding that all is well. Not only is all is well, but everything that has transpired in the history of humanity, in the history of your ancestors, in the history of your life, is what had to transpire in order to create, in order to alchemize God's plan. God's plan being a human being that is full with compassion, full with unconditional love, full with divine love, full with self. As compassion, divine love, unconditional love is the understanding of self. You must allow yourself to forgo the guilt, the shame, the regret, resentment of your past, as your regret, resentment, guilt, shame of your past is only an anchor prohibiting you from progressing into God's plan for not only humanity, for not only the individual human beings of planet Earth, but for all of creation. Applaud yourselves as every breath, every moment of existence is an accomplishment. applaud yourselves as every breath, every moment of existence is an accomplishment. Applaud yourselves as every breath, every moment of existence is an accomplishment. Allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to be liberated. The freedom and liberation of the past. The freedom and liberation of the perception that somehow the past has been an obstacle to your future. Allow yourself to forgo the perception that somehow your past has been an obstacle for your future. Allow yourself to forgo the perception that somehow your past has been an obstacle to your future, to your highest strength, to your highest potential, as your past has been a training ground for your future, for your highest potentials. Dear human beings, you are dearly loved. I love you. God says, I love you, dear human beings, in every way that you have shown up. In every way that you have shown up, in your terror, in your downfalls, in your misfortunes, you have been in alignment with my plans for you. In your terrors, in your downfalls, in your misfortunes, in your corruption, you have been in alignment with my plan for you. God says, in your terror, in your downfall, and your misfortune, you have been in alignment with my plan for you. Oh, give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. When I channel the messages, it's immense. It's a change in the pressure in my heart space. So it's a little bit uncomfortable. Like, it's just a different sensation. So I have to breathe through it. It's more energy. So I have to breathe through it. It's an influx of energy, so I have to breathe through it. I'm being guided to be more in the flow of things. So when I channel, I said my prayer before I came on, but when I channel, I just allow whatever to come through to come through. That was source energy that came through. That was God energy. That was the most high white light creator energy that came through. And myself, I was fighting it. Like, my karmic side was fighting it. My karmic energies were fighting it. And that's a part of it. We have resentment towards God, our God essence, our white light creator energy essence, our divine essence, our humanism, our karmic energies have resentment towards that energy, because that energy is an infinite, immense, abundant energy. It's such a beautiful, like, light, freeing, liberating energy. And then we have our karmic energies, which are resentment, envy, anger, which are like dense and polar to our truth, our other truths, our infinite God, Goddess truths. So our karmic energies have resentment towards our God, Goddess truths, our soul truths, our soul frequency, that liberated energy. Our resentment, our karmic energies have resentment towards that energy. And it tries to suppress this infinite energy. So as I was channeling this, my God, Goddess, my Goddess self, source, white light creator energy was assisting me with liberating and balancing that resentment, that anger. And this video is going to be a video that has energies to assist you with liberating you from your karmic energies, your envy, your anger, your stress, your resentment. This video will have energies to assist you with liberating you from your envy, your anger, your stress, those karmic dense energies that are working in opposition to your infinite potentials. This video will have channeled energies to assist with liberating you from the envy, the anger, the stress, the resentment, in order to allow you to come into further alignment with your soul frequency, into liberation, into your highest potential, into infinite potentials. I'm being guided to say it one more time. This video will have channeled energies to assist in liberating you from your dense karmic patterns of your ancestors of the past, of past human creation, part of God's process, that anger, that resentment, that envy, that stress, that anxiety that is working in opposition to your soul's frequency, the liberation, infinite potentials, your highest potentials, your wildest dreams. This video will have the energies to assist with liberating you from those energies in order to come further into alignment with your soul, to your dharma, transcending the karma, coming into alignment with the unconditional love, divine compassion in which you are. Ooh, yes. Okay, so we're done with the cards, done with the channel. We did that. Okay. So I'm being guided to go into, I'm an author as well. I'm also a singer-songwriter. I sing and write music. My music is available in the link in the posting of this Kingdom Things podcast video. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm also an author. I channeled or wrote a few pieces. These are actual channeled writing. Automatic writing is what my literature is. It's automatic writing, channeled writing. I'm being guided to go into a part from the story of Asya. The story of Asya is about a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She begins her journey to further aligning to her soul's truth, and she is awakened to some pretty liberating things. At the same time, she's going through some things in her life that are challenging for her. I'm being guided to go into a part of Coming Home, the story of Asya. I'm not sure what part yet. I'll know which part when I'm editing, but here we go.
Coming Home, the story of Asya, Part 1, No Guidance. It's the 1,555th day, waking up to the shrieking of Mavis. Mother Mavis, as she insists on me calling her. Sweet Miss Mother Mavis. If we lived in an alternate universe where the opposite of our actual realities was true. If Mavis were a fruit, she would make out the bitter melon to be pleasant compared to her. But Mavis is no produce, just a sour old bat. Mavis is my foster parent, along with 7 other children. Myself, Jimmy, Johnny, Sarah, Maggie, Lori, Macy, and Allie all have the pleasure of calling Mavis's Brooklyn brownstone home. Mavis inherited this place from her grandfather. Our overseer doesn't do much of anything. Her occupation seems to be anticipating something or another to be upset about. She lives off of the checks she receives for housing us 8 foster kids. Mavis provides the basic necessities every child demands. You know, a roof over our heads, clothing, and food. All the other demands an adolescent requires for proper growth and pruning, well, we're left to figure out these elements on our own. I have been left to myself to figure out life for as far back as I can remember. I was born into the system. I don't know who my bio parents are. I mean, literally, I know nothing about them. I don't know their names, how old they are, or if they're even still alive. In the movies, when the foster child discovers the letters their parents sent from them throughout the years, only to be intercepted and hidden by the evil foster parent. I'm still looking for the notes for my bios. Over the years, I've bounced around to a few foster homes and a group home or 2. It looks like Mavis's will be my last stop before I age out of the system. I am 16 years, 4 months, and 9 days old. Yeah, I guess you can say I am attentively awaiting my release from this hellhole. It's the morning of the first day of my junior year of high school. I got little to no sleep as Mavis blasts her TV throughout the night. As soon as it felt like I had made my way to dream state, I was awoken to Mavis screaming at the younger children to get a move on to school. I guess I better get up and do the same before I am met with, "Why in the hell are you not up yet?" You know, the traditional love and affection through parental tutelage. Stepping over the mess the younger children made of the hall to the bathroom, my mind is plagued by my realities. I am Asya. I am Asya, the 16-year-old foster kid. I am Asya, the 16-year-old foster kid loner. I am Asya, the 16-year-old foster kid loner whose boyfriend didn't think to call her once over the summer break. Just a few lousy text messages. Okay. Francisco isn't my boyfriend per se, but damn, I offer you all of my love. Your girl deserves a call at the least, the world at the slightest, but I would settle for a call. All the while, here I am settling for less. I give Francisco so much of my energy. I don't regard myself half as well as I do Francisco. What do I get in return? A few lousy text messages. I slipped through the front door without tripping the wire of the trigger that is Mavis. Hell, I could have gamma stepped out of the front door unnoticed by Mavis. The little ones get the best of her, if that's what you want to call Mavis's attention. Asya, wait up. A call for me from across the street. The call is coming from my best and only friend, since I'm being honest. With her stark black hair and next to transparent skin, she looks like she was plucked straight out of a scene from Twilight. She would, of course, have been one of the seasoned vampires with her shit together, not a newborn. Haha. Her name is Alexi, short for Alexandria. With just looking at us, you might ponder how Alexi and I became friends. Divine happenings, if you ask me. I am a foster kid of Middle Eastern descent, I think. Alexi is a trust fund baby from the Upper East Side. A grounded trust fund baby, if there even is such a thing. I mean, Alexi isn't snooty. Alexi has everything money can buy. At the same time, she isn't blinded by her shiny things. Alexi is compassionate to others regardless of their social status. Alexi also doesn't take her life for granted. Not only is Alexi's family caked up, but her parents are also wonderful. They're loving and attentive. How are you feeling, Lexi? This is what I am sure to hear whenever I am visiting Alexi's home. Alexi comes from a substantial home is what I'm trying to say. Makes sense as to why Alexi is a remarkable human and friend. How was your vacay? Alexi asked me, as if she doesn't already know the answer to this question. I replied with no interest in hiding my truths. Shitty. I guess you can describe me as brash. Alexi replies, life is what you make it, my cocoon butterfly. Myself to Alexi, how was your vacay? I'm sure traipsing through the coasts of Italy, you have brought back wonderful insights to share. What spiritual texts of wisdom do you got for me? Oh, yeah. Alexi is a 1,266-year-old Buddhist monk in disguise. Alexi responds in a way only Alexi would counter. The mind is all, as all is the mind. Alexi and I made it through the gritty cityscape to our school, Manhattan Prep. You got an eye on her? Steve asked Roger. Steve and Roger are the agents employed by the billion-dollar technology and science company who are tracking my whereabouts. The private giant that has been recording my every move since my birth. I am narrating the moves of Steve and Roger, but as my story plays out, I am oblivious to Steve, Roger, and the private science and tech monster. Just keep following along. It will all begin to make sense. Roger to Steve. I got her. We've been tailing A for 13 years. I have a harder time finding a pair of matching socks in the morning than I do tracking this one. Steve chuckles as he responds to Roger. Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. 13 years and a lifetime to go. It's our asses if A goes rogue. Steve, Roger, and the private company own the keys to the lockbox in which hold all of the answers to the questions I have held my whole life. They have the lost scriptures that form my story. My story which has been kept from me. My story is a story in which even with witnessing, you wouldn't believe. Chase, how were the Swiss Alps? Bet the slopes were incredible. Chase's friend Dylan greets Chase in the hallway of Manhattan Prep High. Yeah, for sure. How was your vacation? Chase responds shortly as he is distracted by the morning's events. Dylan, it was great. Are you good, bro? Chase to Dylan. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, cool. I'm going to catch up with you later. I saw Alexi Parker. Going to go see how her vacation was. By the looks of it, it was great. Chase says to Dylan with a slight chuckle and a half grin. Okay, bro. Later. I have been thinking of her for reasons I am unaware of at this moment. As of late, she has been plaguing my mind. I saw her once. I was 4 years old. My dad planted me in his office and told me not to leave the room because he had something to do in his lab. He had some work to do in his lab before we were to head out to the baseball game. And I saw her. I had to use the restroom. I went looking for my dad. I knocked on the door to my father's lab. My father answered, and to this day, I don't suspect he knows I saw what I witnessed. I don't think he thinks I remember, but I never forget about her. Why was she in that cage? I couldn't have been much older than her. Where is she now?
I hope you enjoyed that part from Coming Home, the Story of Asya. Coming Home, the Story of Asya is available in the Amazon bookstore, which is in the posting of the link of this Kingdom Things podcast. You're able to download the Kindle app for free, purchase Coming Home, the Story of Asya in the Amazon bookstore, which is again in the link in the posting of this Kingdom Things podcast video in my link tree. It's in my link tree link. You'll be able to purchase Coming Home, the Story of Asya, as well as Coming Home, the Story of Asya is available on the Kingdom Things podcast YouTube channel, on which I orate the story for Coming Home, the Story of Asya, orate Asya's story. The Story of Asya, I'm Home, will be released shortly. Part of it is already published on the Kingdom Things podcast YouTube channel, in which I orate. It might be fully published by the time you get to this video. Again, the Kingdom Things podcast content is timeless, so go check that out. I'm also, which I'm super excited about being able to offer this to you, I'm also offering Audible Premium Plus free trial, 30-day free trial. So we're expanding our horizons, expanding ourselves into new facets of who we are. The Audible Premium Plus free trial gives you access to a library of content, literature, audiobooks, in which you're able to explore, to see what you like, the different things that you would have never gravitated towards. Pick something that you would have never gravitated towards in your past, and see if that's something that you realize, oh, I have a resonance with this. I would have never thought about that. Our souls journey through many spaces, places, and times, and have resonance with many dimensions and aspects of things that we never thought to explore in the past. The Audible Premium Plus, again, is a 30-day free trial, 1 free credit to download a title of your choice. After that, it is $15 a month to continue your subscription with the Audible Premium Plus. The link to go ahead and get started with the Audible Premium Plus free trial is in the posting of this Kingdom Things podcast YouTube channel. Again, I'm super glad and feel so abundant to be able to offer that to you, offer that to the Kingdom Things podcast community. So thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, Channel for the Divine. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you're worthy of that. Self-love is the best love because you are. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way you want your reality to love you back. You have to love yourself in the way you want your reality to love you back. You have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.